I do know someone who suffers from mental illness. I believe it's a classmate of mine.
I know quite a few people suffering with mental illnesses. Being a war veteran, I myself suffer from PTSD along with a lot of people that I know.
Yes, I do. I have two immediate family members that suffer from mental illness, one bipolar and another one that suffers from alcoholism, which counts because that's substance abuse.
No, I don't know anyone suffering from a mental illness. Doc, do you?
Therapy is taboo in the Black community because a lot of us Black people think that mental illnesses or mental diseases is a white person issue and not necessarily a human issue.
The reason therapy is taboo in the Black community, in my opinion, is because
we have a tendency as African American men to not want to talk about our feelings. We don't want to talk about the things that we're suffering from. We try to like He-Man our way through everything.
if I would say it's like genetic, you know? You end up like your parents and everybody because you be around them, you see it, and when you see them go through a problem, you would think that's how you handle it instead of just going to somebody else to talk about it. Yo, this is what this is, you know? That's an opinion, I don't know.
There are stigmas attached to what therapy is and what it entails. More than likely, when you think of therapy or counseling or any of those things, you think about a certain color of person, namely white, and you feel like you don't want to put your Black problems on someone who may not understand you. But that's completely a stigma that makes it taboo for us because we feel like the therapist won't understand us or where we're coming from.
Probably because historically we had to solve all our problems ourselves. A lot of people really don't see the need to keep going to other people to solve problems that your family always taught you to do for yourself.
Nowadays, we don't like to speak up, so we just keep it to ourselves, we just pray.
I believe some people suffer in silence because of pride. Mainly because of pride. I feel like sometimes they have this, you know, oh, well, I got the weight of the world on my shoulders, so I'm not going to let them see me crack.
American society promotes a level of silence just in the way that it's made. So it's not necessarily acceptable to express your pain in certain contexts and situations, even though you should be able to. It's proven in psychology that talking about things is one of the #1 ways to fix a lot of those problems. And so keeping it to yourself just kind of makes things corrosive on the inside. So people suffer in silence and they kill themselves daily by not talking about it.
If you grow up not having to express your problems or, you know what I'm saying, or like in my household, suck it up, you know what I'm saying, you grew up and as a Black male, you good, you fall, get up, keep walking. You don't feel the need to express that kind of stuff.
A way that we can have the Black community speak up is have people who have testimonials about their mental diseases or mental issues so that other people can also come out and gain the courage to, you know, get some help or, you know, at least those first few steps to admit that they have an issue.
First of all, you have to encourage education and awareness because a lot of the reason that we don't talk about mental health is because we don't know what it looks like on people that we love. So we have to know what it looks like and know what it entails to even begin the conversation.
We're going to have to show them that there is help out there. We're going to have to let them know that it's okay, that everyday life people have these problems.
Main thing gonna have to find out is that they have it. And then once they got that, I mean, just naturally with you being human, trying to better yourself, uplift yourself, you just naturally gonna get help. You're gonna fix your problem. Only kids do stuff that's wrong for them and continue to do it over and over again. It takes an adult to say, yo, I need to stop, it's enough.
When we say that there's something wrong, oh, ain't nothing wrong with you, boy. It ain't nothing that a prayer can't handle. Well, I mean, that's true. You hold on to your faith. That's definitely something that you want to have a strong belief in. But there are people out there who will walk you through what you're dealing with because they have the experience to be able to handle the things that we don't have the answers to.
Because the black people, we're not gonna talk. And then we men, we're not gonna speak that out. That's gonna make a man, bring them down,
We feel like our role is, we feel like our role is to be the strength. So if you're seen as being weak, especially in the black community, if you're seen as being weak, you're gonna get ran over.
I feel like some men have this ego about them, like, I don't really need to, show my weaknesses to nobody and things of that nature. And also, like, when they're with their friends, which is something that I have noticed, is that they'll be like, oh, well, you soft, or you weak, or something like that, things of that nature. Like, guys don't tend to talk about their feelings as much as women do. But I feel like if the men talk about their feelings as much as the women do, then, we'll have some type of understanding of how they're feeling, not just, oh, well, they're a man, so they should, suck it up and things of that nature.
My dad don't reach out for help. I don't reach out for help. That's the way I was taught. My granddaddy never asked for help. My dad didn't. Thus and so forth. My son probably not gonna be the type to ask for help just because I'm not.
We bottle stuff up and keep it in. We don't really just go to our homeboys and say, hey, bro, man, she hurt my feelings, bro. I feel bad. And because, they'll be like, man, toughen up, bro. What you weak, man. Yeah, that's, oh, God. But yeah, I know that example is terrible, but still, that's what it is.
That's because we live in a society that promotes a level of masculinity for men, and because they can't reach the masculinity that this society promotes, it in turn makes them silent.
We teach our men to stay silent when things are happening to them, and I feel like we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't teach these young boys, these young men to keep silent when something is hurting them. We should feel like we should teach them to speak up when things are going on in their lives.
That's actually a situation where you have to be careful because numbers do lie, because your interpretation of numbers is an opinion. So people have interpreted the numbers that they find about African American women as the idea that they're stronger than everyone else, and that's not necessarily true. I think that we would have to revisit something that serves for better context to understand those numbers, and also understand that Black women suffer from depression and some of the other mental health diseases just as much as any other group.
I believe the rate is low for African American women because when things like that happen, when they have like suicidal ideations and things of that nature, I feel like they think about what's going to happen to their families. They're going to think about what's going to happen to their friends, or if they have children, what's going to happen to my children, And I feel like the women, they think about it before they actually do it, which, tends to stop them from actually doing it.
To me, probably the strongest entity known to man outside of Diamond, because of the oppression individually that women have suffered, especially Black women, from the beginning to now, 400 years ago to now, and even yet and still, it's something that's in your DNA. You don't quit, you don't give up, you don't need to quit, you can't give up.
Check this out. I had to think about this one. I would say, check this out. I was in the military one time and some dude asked me, cause I always say James Brown, say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud. He like, Mason, why you so happy? Why you so happy that you just born Black? And I say, because believe it or not, since the beginning of time, people try to completely just destroy a distinct that's no longer existent. But somehow, we still here and we still strong. We still striving. Hell, the best of everything probably is Black. I don't wanna discriminate against. So long story short, the reason I think Black women do not have the lowest rate of suicide because they Black.